No, up here. Stop. Stop with this stuff. I don't understand where the obsession even comes from. Maybe it's old school. I've been investing for 30 years, so I understand it. We used to go to listing agents to get a better deal. That was when there was no offers around, or when things were a little, a little more sketchy. It doesn't work like that anymore. Are you a home buyer? It's not in your best interest to try to talk to the listing agent. You're not going to get anywhere. And if you do, I'm going to explain to you why that is not a good thing. Can it work out? Yeah, but if you want to protect your interests, listen up. I'm not saying there's not a time and a place for everything, but this is why you should stop calling the listing agent if you're a buyer. It's not going to help. This is why. My name is Jonathan Green. I run a big on-market team called Streamline Properties On Market. We're brokered by eXp Realty. I've been at this a long time. I do understand why people do it, but I don't understand why you don't believe me when we're on the phone and I say, hey, it's not in your best interest to work with the listing agent. The listing agent's primary fiduciary duty is with the seller. Here's where we get into the interesting parts. I know what you're thinking. You think you're going to save on the commission. Nope. The seller and the listing agent have already agreed on a commission arrangement. When you go direct to the listing agent, guess who gets the whole commission? The listing agent, who's now also your agent, but you are secondary to the seller. So instead of giving all the money to one agent to try to be on both sides, why wouldn't you hire an expert buyer's agent that you will not pay for? It's not free, because as buyer agents, we get paid, and we get paid well, but we get paid by the seller and we work on your behalf to close that transaction. Why would you go to the listing agent? It's because you think you're going to get a deal. You're not. The market is steaming hot. And wait a minute. If you would get a deal, is it worth it? Because the only reason that you're going to get a deal is because the listing agent wants all the commission, not because they like you or they want to be best friends. Their obligation is to the seller. And in reality, their obligation is to get the seller the best offer, which sometimes is the highest price, sometimes is the best terms. So if you come in and they're already agreeing, hey, well, if you do both sides, I can get you in at this price. Doesn't that tell you something about the quality of that relationship? Are they still servicing their fiduciary duty to the seller? Again, let's take one step back. It is possible to do dual agency fairly in New Jersey. It's definitely possible. I've done it. Is it preferable? No. And I can tell you why I can say and put my money where my mouth is. I do not even show my own listings ever. I do not do it. I did in the past. I don't do it. I mean, fortunately, I have a big team. I have 30 agents. So if somebody calls in, someone on my team is going to show that listing, but I'm not. My job is to represent the seller, and I'm going to keep in with the seller the entire time. That's it. So if you're thinking, when you're pressing the button, beep, beep, pressing the button on Zillow, hey, I want more information, and then we pick up, which we do because we have a preferred partnership with Zillow and we're on the Zillow Flex program. I pick up, hey, Bob, how are you? I see that you're calling in on 123 Main Street. Are you the listing agent? We get that question all the time. My answer is no. Why would you want to talk to the listing agent? And then here we go down the spiral of you're not listening to me, and we're going to get into a discussion about why that's advantageous to you. I know you think it is. I'm just here to tell you that it's not. If you're using the leverage of giving somebody a full commission to get you into the deal and knock someone out, what else do you think is going to happen? Something to think about. And this is why you need to stop calling the listing agent and enlist an expert buyer's agent to work on your behalf, and you will not even pay them. Again, it's not a free service. The listing agent and the buyer's agent both get paid via the commission agreement between the seller and the listing agent's brokerage. That's how it works. That's what you're up against. Just get yourself a buyer's agent. Why wouldn't you want an independent representative of your own? Why would you want to work with somebody who's working for the seller? That's like saying, hey, I want to go buy a really nice used car. And the seller says, hey, I have a mechanic. Why doesn't my mechanic just check the car out for you? And you say, oh, I mean, he said, if my mechanic does the checkup for you, I'll give you a little bit of a deal. Is that really what you want? When you want your own independent mechanic before you drop 100,000 or 200,000 on a Lamborghini? I would, because they know each other. They already have a built-in relationship. So why wouldn't you bring in an independent mechanic to just make sure everything's good? Doesn't cost you anything. Say it was part of their contract that in order to sell the car, it can be inspected by anybody. Welcome to real estate. Stop calling the listing agent today, please. And when we answer on Zillow and we're here to give it to you, don't make it like we're making stories up. It is in your best interest to have your own agent. Again, can it work? Yes. Is it preferable? Probably not. If you have any questions or you really think I'm wrong, hit it up in the comments. I'm happy to have a little healthy debate. Have a great day.